Welcome, everyone, to Southern Virginia University's Night Sports Arena. I'm Jim Bresnahan, joined here by Jimmy Groff, getting ready to bring you basketball today. A very busy day here at the Night Sports Arena and overall at Southern Virginia University, as we'll have Penn State Harrisburg taking on the Knights here. The women's game coming up first, followed by the men's contest. In this women's contest featuring the Knights of Southern Virginia University and the Lions of Penn State Harrisburg. Penn State Harrisburg comes in 2-11 in the Capital Conference. The Knights still looking for their first win in the Capital Conference today. Come in 0-13 on the conference schedule and 3-17 on the season, whereas Penn State Harrisburg overall is 4-16 on the season. And Jimmy, close calls. They have really played tough for 4 quarters, really throughout the entire season. They haven't let down at all, despite the failure to get a conference victory. Maybe today is the day the Knights pick up that first conference win.
Well, with a lot of visitors here today, not just their usual students, but we've got an open house of Southern Virginia here, and it's exciting. I think we should have a good crowd turnout. A lot of visitors, a lot of people. We actually want to give a shout out to the Eads family. Kimmy Eads, her brother, just returned from serving a 2-year church mission in Korea. So She saw him for the first time just minutes ago. Good photographic moment there. I was looking the last time these two teams played, it was 71-58 up there at Penn State Harrisburg. I think tonight should be closer. I think there's at full strength. I checked with the trainer, checked with coach. The Knights got all their firepower. They've got their shooters. They've got their big women. They've got speed. They've got some quickness. They've got athletes. The usual story, they're going to do that press, but can they stay out of foul trouble? That'll be an interesting storyline to follow throughout today's game.
And the Knights are looking for their first win since late December, since that Mary Baldwin victory. And again, they have had a struggle in the Capital Conference, but on the plus side, they have just played really tough, really throughout the season, all games, for 4 quarters. The other night, of course, against Marymount, they kind of struggled a little bit. And as far as the team was concerned, though, they just kept on coming and played really tough for 40 minutes on Wednesday.
And I think if they can take care of the rock, they got to take care of that basketball. Who's going to come out? They've got a few good players themselves. Let's not discount Penn State Harrisburg. They're going to have some key players here. They got their own athletes, and so we should have a good competitive basketball game this afternoon.
Starting 5 for the Knights will be Corey Stout, Jamila Gamby, Alexis Barnes, Shelby Windsor, Kelsey Johnson. It'll be Alexis Barnes, jumping center for the Knights. Boy, Alexis has really come on with her play in the last month or so, not just from an offensive standpoint, but also from a defensive standpoint. A lot of key blocks that she has made.
Absolutely, and the Knights got the first opening tip, but a little turnover there.
And Alexis Barnes not able to hold on to that pass along the sidelines, and in trying to retrieve it, stepped out of bounds. So it's Penn State Harrisburg basketball. That's Shanique Mattis with the ball across the timeline. Ariel Payne driving and is fouled, and right off the bat, the first foul of the game will go against the Knights. Corey Stout will pick it up.
Corey Stout, the 5'4 freshman from Murray, Utah.
Inbounds pass to Payne, picked away by Jamila Gamby. 2-on-1 break for the Knights. Gamby tries to pass it over to Corey Stout. It's knocked away. On the floor, tie up. And possession will favor the Lions of Penn State Harrisburg.
Good heads-up defense there. I like Jamila Gamby to show her stuff. She's great on defense, got good speed. She's quite the athlete. If she can stay out of foul trouble and play the whole game, I think that's going to really benefit the Knights.
Mattis got it across the timeline to Ariel Payne, and her shot is short. Retrieved on the rebound. Mattis will throw up a three-pointer. Missed it. Battle for the rebound. Alexis Barnes had it. Got tripped up. Lost it out of bounds. And hopefully Alexis will be okay. Grimacing a little bit as she hit the floor, but it looks like she's going to stay in the game. This will be Janelle Brown inbounding for Penn State Harrisburg. And she'll fire from the corner. It's an air ball. Payne had the rebound, lost it. Picked up inside by Ransom. She misses inside. Finally, Kelsey Johnson comes away with the rebound and gets it over to Corey Stout. Barnes on a drive. Lost control of the ball. And it looks like she is going to be fouled in the first foul of the game against Penn State Harrisburg. Will be against the Lions. And I believe Janelle Brown will pick that one up, and that will send Barnes to the foul line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Barnes on the season, she's a 47% free throw shooter and makes that one. Not necessarily her strong point, but she made that one count.
And Barnes was able to hit both of them for a 2-0 lead. So the first points of the game are foul shots made by Alexis Barnes. The Knights lead here 2-0. We have played just over a minute.
Alexis Barnes, the 5'9" sophomore from Oceanside, California. We welcome all the visitors watching from the West Coast there in California.
Here's Shanique Mattis on a drive missing, and Kelsey Johnson grabs the rebound. Foul called on Mattis after she missed the shot. She fouled Kelsey Johnson. Second team foul against Penn State Harrisburg.
And it's also the second rebound by Kelsey Johnson, off to a good start on the boards.
Mila Gamby has it outside. She'll go baseline, kicks it over to the left side. Barnes doesn't take the three, tries to pass the ball off. It's stolen away momentarily by Mattis. And finally Harrisburg comes away with it. This is Ariel Payne driving all the way and scores. All even at 2. Stout drops it off to Alexis Barnes. Now Shelby Windsor on a drive. Blocked by Janelle Brown. As Shelby was bringing that ball up for the shot, it's out of bounds. It's going to be Knights basketball with 19 on the shot clock. Gamby inbounds to Windsor. Good head fake. She scores.
Nice catch and shot there. Great footwork and good inbounds pass. Knights are leading 4-2 early on.
Ariel Payne is fouled. It's going to go against Kelsey Johnson up near midcourt. Non-shooting foul, so each team now with a couple of team fouls.
That was Kelsey Johnson's first foul.
Knights again 0-13 in the conference, trying to pick up conference win number 1 on the season. Gamby almost had the steal, and now we've got a foul on the Knights. That'll be the third team foul as Mattis was fouled as she made a drive to the basket.
And
Kelsey Johnson picks up her second.
Real quickly there, you see Kimmy Eads coming off the bench. I was just going to say, the first quarter of the match, and she's got 2 fouls.
This is Mattis, left corner, missing the 3. Rebound retrieved by Penn State Harrisburg. Follow shot by Ransom, no good. Knights driving. Corey Stout weaving through traffic. Barnes will take that 3. Good. Alexis Barnes is really heating up over the last 3 or 4 games, Jimmy, from 3-point range.
Downtown for Alexis Barnes.
Nice steal by the Knights. Corey Stout doesn't really have the numbers. Now waits, fires to Kelsey Johnson, drives to the basket, lost it. And on the floor, picked up by the Lions as Kimmy Eads will come in replacing Kelsey Johnson, who again just recently picked up her second foul.
Kelsey Johnson, the 5'10" freshman from Cumming, Georgia, prepped at North Forsyth High School.
Eads gets the inbounds pass. And she drops it off to Corey Stout, over to Gamby. 7-2, Knights on top here by 5. Barnes fakes the 3, fires the short jumper, and hits. Great beginning so far for Southern Virginia. 9-2 lead here in the first quarter.
And Barnes quickly has 7 out of Southern Virginia's 9 points early in the first quarter.
Corey Stout almost had the steal. Payne grabs the ball, fires down low, and Payne is fouled. And it looks like Alexis Barnes will pick that one up.
That'll be her first personal foul, 14 foul against Southern Virginia. For those of you not used to women's basketball, they get 5 fouls, puts them in the bonus for each quarter.
Well, Jimmy, as you mentioned, very busy day on campus with all the open houses today. And a lot of activity on campus.
Yes, we will have some more visitors coming through. They're actually taking a tour right now, meeting with various professors, and I had heard roughly between 100 and 200 visitors on campus at least today, so exciting day for Southern Virginia.
Payne got 1 out of 2 foul shots, and she actually has all 3 of Harrisburg's points. And the Knights lead here 9-3 with 6:28 to go in the first quarter. Second game, of course, we'll have the men's contest. Southern Virginia taking on Penn State Harrisburg. The men for Southern Virginia have had really an up-and-down home schedule over the last month or so. 4 games that could have easily gone their way. They got 1 win, 3 losses, and their last 2 losses have been really disappointing in that they've given up big leads, and hopefully they'll get a win today. As the Knights lose it out of bounds, Harrisburg has the basketball, trailing by 6. Knights on top here, 9-3 with 6:08 to go in the first period.
Good effort there by Kimmy Eads, a 5'11 sophomore out of Ellicott City, Maryland. Her whole family's here today, her parents and brother. Usually we give a shout out to those folks in Maryland, but they're here in the house. So
Ransom threw that ball away. She signaled that she thought Penn was going to go up court, Jimmy, but I don't think even if she had been going up court, she would have caught that pass. That was way out of bounds. Here's a pass down low to Gamby, up and no, it rolled off at the last second. Windsor follows and scores, and the Knights now lead by 8.
Windsor with 4 points, also 2 key rebounds.
And Alexis Barnes just picked up her second foul, trying to prevent Penn from going up court. Knights are racking up the team fouls. In fact, that's the 5th, and that means the Lions will shoot a 1-on-1 here with Ario Penn.
I believe in women's basketball, they go straight to 2-shot bonus once you hit 5 fouls.
So it'll be 2 shots coming up, and also Meredith Willett is going to be checking in here in a second, most likely for Barnes, who just picked up her second, as Penn hits another foul shot. She's got 4 foul shots, I believe, and all of the points for Penn State Harrisburg, as we've got Willett in and Barnes with those 2 fouls out. And the second shot rims off. So the Knights still hold a 7-point lead and trying to work it up court. It's knocked out of bounds by Penn State Harrisburg.
A lot of activity underneath the board there. Shelby Windsor, even though she got pushed from behind, did a good job getting that rebound.
.540 to go first period, 11-4. Knights leading by 7. They've had a really impressive first period here to jump on top of Penn State Harrisburg. Corey Stout almost lost the ball, picks it up. Shot clock at 18. Corey will fire and miss from 3-point range. Air ball, and Penn State Harrisburg has it and loses it. Windsor with the steal. Off to Willett, open for a 3, left that short, and the rebound comes away to Penn State Harrisburg.
Seems like we're rushing those 3-pointers a little bit and just trying to kind of find a rhythm for those outside shooters.
Outside with the ball is Ransom. This is Penn, who's done all the scoring. This is Shirk now firing outside, missing. Rebound, Ransom drops it off to Penn. She misses. Follow shot is good by Mattis, and she is fouled. A chance at a 3-point play. That foul, I believe, against Meredith Willett.
Yeah, Meredith Willett's the 5'5" sophomore guard out of Suffield, Connecticut, her first personal foul.
Mattis hit the foul shot. 11-7. Knights still lead here by 4. A trap. Willett gets free on the baseline. Tries a reverse layup. It's blocked.
That was
blocked by Ransom.
That's right, Raven Ransom, the 5'11 freshman. They got some height advantage right now on the court. We're a little shorter, quicker lineup.
Ransom with it. Fires that pass out of bounds. Another turnover on Penn State Harrisburg. Some of their passes are just not even close to being completed. Chanel Brown are going to check back in, replacing Ransom.
I'll tell you, Shelby Windsor's being challenged today. They've got some height inside. They've got some physical young ladies there really challenging Windsor on the post.
Gamby will go baseline, tries to drop that pass off. It's stolen away. Payne's got it. She's trapped. And the ball's out of bounds. Last touched apparently by Southern Virginia.
Again, that double team with Janelle Brown and Raven Ransom surrounding Shelby Windsor on the inside, causing a turnover.
Last touched actually by the Lions, so the Knights have it. Leading by 4. Down low, Windsor got sandwiched, no foul call, and the ball comes away to Penn State Harrisburg. Ariel Payne on a drive, and the pass is out of bounds. Boy, Penn State Harrisburg has really had a hard time, Jimmy, with their passes. Some of their attempted passes aren't even close to the teammates.
And Southern Virginia's doing a good job of closing down the passing lanes, getting back on defense quickly.
Inbounds pass shot, partially deflected. Knights have it with a 4-point lead. Stout working against Payne. And almost intercepted on that pass. Knights still have it. Pass down low to Windsor. She's fouled that time, and Shelby will go to the foul line to shoot two as Janelle Brown hammered her on the arm. .328 to go. And Windsor will shoot two.
Windsor, the 5'10 junior, forward center out of West Richland, Washington. For the season, she's been shooting approximately 70%, but misses that first one.
And Leilani Hansen checks in to replace Willette. Willette trying to shake off a little injury as Brown checks out. And Ransom checks back in for Penn State Harrisburg. Windsor missed the first foul shot. Second one is in, and the Knights lead here by 5. Backcourt pressure. Harrisburg works it up court in a hurry. It is Shirk hitting. Precious Shirk with the jumper. And she is a 5'4 senior from Hyattsville, Maryland, to make it 12-9. So the Knights lead is now at 3. It's been as high as 7. Gambee goes baseline and left that layup a little short. Rebound Mattis. She's fouled. No, they call her for a travel, and the ball goes over to Southern Virginia on the Lions' turnover. Gambee will inbounds. Comes to Windsor and scores.
Nice touch by Shelby Windsor. That's her 7th point of the game, giving the Knights a 5-point lead.
And Penn State Harrisburg having a hard time getting it across the 10-second line. They finally do to Ransom, over to Payne. Now it comes to Ransom. She misses. Rebound inside is up and good by Carmo. And it's 14-11. And that time, Penn State Harrisburg able to break the timeline. And when they did, they had the numbers on the other end.
Good rebound and put back there by the Precious Shirk, a senior guard, 5'4", but she was at the right place at the right time.
This is Eads out front. Eads driving, getting free, misses, fouled by Ransom. Kimmy Eads with a strong drive to the basket will go to the foul line to shoot 2 foul shots with the Knights on top here by 3. They've led the entire way in this first quarter. As Angel Tui-Severa is going to check in here in a second for the Knights, her first appearance today.
And that was the first personal foul against Raven Ransom, 4th team foul. With Kimmy Eads, she just made that shot. She's about a 68% free throw shooter on the season, 1 for 1 so far this game.
And Tui-Severa is in to replace Corey Stout. Also, Alexis Nolan is in to replace Mattis for Penn State Harrisburg. And now for the Knights, it'll be Katie Hubert in for Shelby Windsor, just to give Shelby a little bit of a breather here. Second shot by Eads, good again. 2 foul shots made, 16-11. Knights still with the lead here by 5 now in this first quarter. Payne works it up court and throws it away. Another ill-advised pass by the Penn State Harrisburg Lions. Yet another turnover for the Lions.
That's a good point there. Southern Virginia is winning the turnover battle. They've had 1 or 2, but not as many as Penn State Harrisburg.
And the Knights lead by 5, trying to build upon this lead. Tui-Severa going left baseline, driving, blocked, got her own missed block, and on the baseline, they'll say it's going to go over to Penn State Harrisburg.
The call there was 3 seconds in the lane by Katie Hubert. She was just trying to help out for Angels, trying to pass it off, and she just stayed in the lane too long.
And now the Knights, with that turnover, give it right back to Harrisburg. As Carmo lost it. It's picked up instead, though, by a Shirk, and she can't hit, but the rebound inside by Ransom. She misses inside, tied up is Hubert and Carmo for the ball, and the ball on the possession arrow will go over to Penn State Harrisburg with 1:38 to go in this first period. Knights have led the entire way in this first quarter, up by 5, 16-11. And we've got a foul called on Southern Virginia on Eads.
That's Kimmy Eads' first personal foul. Lions are in the bonus for the rest of the first quarter. Any foul that Southern Virginia commits will put the Lions players at the free throw line.
And Ransom will shoot these foul shots. Raven Ransom misses the first one as Windsor will check back in, replacing Kimmy Eads, who just picked up her first foul.
Also into the game for her first appearance for the Lions is 5'9" freshman Madison Hemler from Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania.
That one is missed. And Hubert pulls down the rebound. Tries to work it up court, does to Hansen, over to Tui Severa. Knights by 5. Willette drops it off at Tui Severa for a long jumper, no good. Windsor rebounds and scores.
Nice rebound and put back by Shelby Windsor. That gives her 9 points for the game, and she's had about 4 or 5 key rebounds too.
18-11, and Tui Severa is going to be called for that foul. So it looks like Penn State Harrisburg will. Let's see if they'll take it out of bounds. Yep, apparently so.
Good effort there by Angel Tui Severa, the 5'6" freshman guard from Orem, Utah. She grew up in Laie, Hawaii. Grandma Bale might be watching right now. Give a shout out to her family both in Utah and in Hawaii.
Payne missing a drive to the basket, and the Knights trying to go up court in a hurry off of Hansen and out of bounds. Turnover for Southern Virginia. The ball goes back over to Harrisburg with 54 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
Good defensive play there, but they're a little too excited getting another steal. They're running down the court. Just stepped on the line there.
And Mattis just back into the game will trigger the inbounds here for the Lions. 18-11, Knights on top. Their biggest lead, I believe, in this first quarter has been 7 points. They've led the entire way. Harrisburg has just really had too many turnovers to get close.
And Coach Roberts probably pleased with that defensive effort to cause those turnovers. They're making their shots. Shelby Windsor and Alexis Barnes have been real key on the offensive end as well.
Nolan down low to Mattis. She got in behind the Knights defense and scores to make it 18-13.
Good assist there by Alexis Nolan and basket by Shanique Mattis.
Tui Severa is fouled. And it looks like Precious Shirk will pick that one up. So Angel Tui Severa will go to the foul line with 30 seconds to go in this first quarter.
With that being her second personal foul, she joins Alexis Barnes and Kelsey Johnson with both with 2 fouls early on in this first quarter. Excuse me, that foul was not on Angel. She's the one shooting the foul. The foul was on Precious Shirk, the 5'4" senior for the Lions.
Eads is in, replacing Hubert. So with the made free throw, it's now a 6-point lead for the Knights. And it's short on that foul shot. 19-13, pass ahead to Shirk, 2-on-1 break. Shirk gets it over to Nolan, and her shot is too strong. Rebound Mattis. She can't hit on the follow shot. And still, Penn State Harrisburg with another offensive rebound. Ransom scores inside. I think Eads just picked up her second foul. And Ransom, chance at a 3-point play after another offensive rebound.
You're correct. That is her second personal foul. A lot of fouls this first quarter. A little concerning because some of these players you need to play the whole game.
That shot is short, but it rolls around, almost went in, comes back out. Rebound, though, to Mattis. Mattis drops it off inside for Nolan. She misses her layup attempt. And the foul is going to be called on Southern Virginia. Or make that Penn State Harrisburg fouling, trying to get the rebound. So Harrisburg had their chances there, but the Lions will pick up the foul call. It'll go against Mattis, and that's her second.
Yep.
And going the other way for the Knights will be shooting foul shots, it looks like.
Shelby unofficially have 5 rebounds early in this first quarter. She also has 9 points, looking to make that 10.
Katie Hubert going to check in along with Jamila Gamby. Out comes Eads. Looks like Gamby will replace Windsor, provided Shelby makes this foul shot. 20-15. Knights by 5. And Shelby got them both. She's having a great first quarter. Shelby Windsor really dominant for the Knights in this first period. 6-point lead. The Knights would like to get a steal here with less than six seconds to go. And Willette, trying to prevent Shirt from going up court, picks up the foul.
That's her second personal foul. So 4 players early in this game for Southern Virginia. Got to keep an eye on that stat, but they've got some good depth. They've got good athletes, and Coach Roberts will be shuffling those players in, but not a wise foul there.
And Shirk, foul shot, up and good. Shirk again, a 5'4" senior from Hyattsville, Maryland.
Unofficially, that's her 3rd point of the game.
She got them both, 21-17. Lead is 4 now for the Knights. 3 seconds to go. Over to Tui Server. Will they get the shot off? No, they will not get the shot off in time. So at the end of 1 quarter, the Knights have a 4-point lead here, 21-17. But a very good first period, Jimmy, for the Southern Virginia University Knights. Played great defense, forced a lot of Penn State Harrisburg turnovers. They had as big of a lead as 7 points in the first quarter, and right now they go into the second period leading by 4.
Indeed. Without Alexis Barnes and Shelby Windsor leading the way in the scoring column, some key rebounds by Shelby Windsor. I like the rebounding effort that I saw from Katie Hubert. She had a key brief. She spelled Shelby Windsor, but both teams making some turnovers. Southern Virginia making fewer, and I think that led to the 4-point lead early on. Keep your eye on the foul trouble. Both teams have been substituting. A lot of physical battles on the inside. They're trying to double-team Shelby, and they've got height. They've got the height and the size to match up against her, and hopefully Shelby can stay out of foul trouble herself. I have heard for no fouls unofficially. 11 points, 5 rebounds. We're waiting on official stats here in just a minute. But good team play. I think the biggest question is on the press, got to move your feet instead of reaching for the foul. And I think the last one was an example of, if we could get that play back, maybe Meredith would not have committed that foul. But I think they're doing well. Like I said,
each team, Jimmy, has 8 turnovers. I really thought Harrisburg had more, but each team does have 8. I would gather, though, the Knights have benefited more from the Harrisburg turnovers than the other way around.
Second quarter beginning. Good thing is now there's back to 0 on the fouls.
And Windsor, taking it right at the basket, is fouled. Blocked by Ransom, but she'll also pick up the foul, looks like.
And that's her second personal foul. For the Lions, you've got Shanique Mattis as well as Raven Ransom and Janelle Brown, all with 2 fouls. For the Knights, you've got Kelsey Johnson, Alexis Barnes, Meredith Willette, and Kimmy Eads, all with 2 fouls. There, as you saw, Shelby make her first free throw. She now has 12 points on the game to lead all scorers.
12 points after 1 quarter and a few seconds of the second quarter. And rebound Willette and scores as that ball hopped over Carmo's hands right into the hands of Meredith Willette for a follow. And the Knights end up getting 3 points out of it. Now a steal by the Knights. They come quickly back the other way. Willette will have the pull-up jumper. It goes in.
Nice job by Meredith Willette. Just quickly got on the scoreboard 2 times. She's got 4 points for the game.
26-17. And another turnover by Penn State Harrisburg on the up-court attempt on a pass. And the ball goes back over to the Knights, who now lead by 9. That's their biggest lead so far today.
Meredith Willette all of a sudden got on fire. The 5'5" sophomore, again, out of Suffield, Connecticut. Hope her family and friends up northeast there in Connecticut are watching.
And there's a turnover by the Knights on a pass. Shirk picks it up. She'll bring it up court in a hurry. Working on Jamila Gamby. Pass comes to Ransom. Ransom trying her own pass. It's intercepted by the Knights. Another poor pass by the Lions. Gamby up court in a hurry. Drops it off to Corey Stout. And she'll set up the offense.
Great defense, way to set up things.
Gamby misses the jumper from outside. But there's Kelsey Johnson with the rebound. And a timeout will be taken by Harrisburg as they have now dropped behind by 11 points. It is the biggest lead so far today by Southern Virginia University. It's 28-17. Knights on top here by 11 points.
Awesome display of defense. Come back down the court. They missed the first shot. They get the rebound and put back there. Kelsey Johnson, great job. So we want to make sure everyone's aware of, we do have our visitors. And if you're at home thinking about maybe you'd like to go to college, learn more about Southern Virginia, we encourage you to check out our website at www.svu.edu. Plenty of majors.
Would have been a great weekend to visit, too.
Yes, for those who are here on campus. But in case you missed it, there's another one coming up March 25th. You can go to the admissions section on our website at www.svu.edu. Check it out. You may want to come in March. You can schedule a visit. It's worth your time.
And also, really quick, Jimmy, we want to make mention that we've got a special halftime show on the court at halftime here from the Knight Sports Arena.
Absolutely.
Got the performances coming up at halftime by the Southern Virginia stunt and cheer team, and also the mini cheerleaders. Corey Stout just picked up her second foul, non-shooting foul.
And that's the first one for this quarter, but 10th for the game.
Yeah, it looks like Angel Tui-Sever in a few seconds here will replace Corey Stout. This is Ariel Payne. Another poor pass, a no-look pass that went out of bounds. Harrisburg, on some of these turnovers, just horrendous passing. They're either not looking where their teammate is at, or perhaps just wildly throwing these passes, and as a result, the Knights have been able to push that lead all the way now to 11 points.
And unofficially, I have both teams with 9 turnovers, so again, that's a key battle to keep your eyes on throughout this game.
Here's a pass down low to Kelsey Johnson. She scores again. 13-point lead for Southern Virginia. Nolan lost the ball. Another turnover for Penn State Harrisburg. And Tui-Severa's pass gets away from Jamila Gamby, just too far for her to reach, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Knights, so it's going to be Harrisburg basketball.
Again, great defensive effort. Might want to take our time. We might be forcing it, trying too hard. And great job there by Meredith Willett drawing the charge.
That was Alexis Nolan, and she basically lowered her shoulder and then shoved off with her forearm, pushing Willett to the ground. That is her first foul. The Knights will get it back with a 13-point lead. And Tui-Severa gets it over to Willett. She'll fire the outside jumper, no good. Left it short. Rebound. Windsor had a block. Willett pulls away the rebound. Gets it over to Tui-Severa, top of the key for a three-pointer. That one is no good. Harrisburg grabs the rebound. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow will favor Harrisburg with 7:37 to go to halftime.
And unofficially, I have Shelby Windsor missed that shot, but she has now 7 rebounds. She's got 14 points. Excuse me, make that 12 points.
Melissa Knight's going to check in for Meredith Willett with 7:37 to go here in the second period.
And this is a good advantage for the Knights. Coach Roberts and her staff have got a deep bench, so if someone gets in foul trouble, they can just keep rotating fresh legs and fresh players. They know the system. They know the pressure defense. We'll see if this bodes well throughout the game.
7:37 to go here in the second period. Pass comes in to Shirk. Shirk is fouled by Tui-Severa. And that'll be her first foul.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier, so that was her first personal foul. Again,
thought it was her second, but they listed it as her first. 7:32 to go.
There's a question about the opposing coach for the Lions was asking, his name is Ross Patrick, about the referee was not handing the ball to him because the player didn't go over to the sideline so they can start the clock. The referee can put the ball down and start the 5-second clock. That's the rules. So Coach Patrick was now explaining that by the referee. case you're wondering what the discussion was there.
Maybe also a good chance for his players to figure out exactly what's going on, as there's a steal by the Knights. Larissa Knight comes away with it. Up court to Tui Severa, and she's fouled by Nolan. So that'll be, I believe, her second. Katie Humphrey going to check in for Penn State Harrisburg, her first appearance. Harrisburg has really had to go deep into their bench, Jimmy, because of fouls and some problems, and now we're going to have a foul called inside on the Knights. Looks like Shelby Windsor will pick that one up. And the referees are calling a lot of fouls in this first half.
It's been physical. They let them play in the first quarter, but I think they're starting to start calling it like that was Shelby Windsor's. That's her first personal foul.
Each team's got 3 team fouls now as the pass comes across to Carmo. As Harrisburg is able to break that pressure. Humphrey, left side jumper, good. So just into the game, Katie Humphrey, a 5'7" freshman from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, scores to make it 30-19. Down low, Windsor, jump shot on the way, too strong, rebound. Payne, up court in a hurry. Payne trying to go coast to coast. Outside to Carmo for a 3, and she hits it. It's 30-22, and a timeout is taken by Southern Virginia. A little 5-0 run here by Penn State Harrisburg. They trailed 30-17 for a split second, Jimmy, but a couple of buckets, and suddenly the lead, a 13-point lead, has been shaved all the way down to 8.
And the whole first quarter, like you said, both teams are back and forth. Southern Virginia comes out hot in the second quarter. You saw that 2-point basket, and then Carmel hit the 3-pointer. That's the first points they had. They went like almost 3-4 minutes without scoring, and that's why Southern Virginia, they got out to that lead. 2 baskets, now they're trying to whittle back, but they're still down by 8. But it was quiet offensively. A lot of shots taken by Penn State Harrisburg they were not making, and Southern Virginia's been doing a good job of getting turnovers, getting a good job of getting rebounds, and it's kind of a battle of streaks. Who's going to be hot, who's going to score more points, and who's going to do it more often.
And mass substitutions after the timeout for the Knights as they bring in Hubert. Eads is out there along with Hanson, Stout, and Alexis Barnes.
I think part of the problem for Penn State Harrisburg is the coach is not getting his players on the court fast enough. So I think that's the referees don't want it. That's a delay of game on a team that does that. Southern Virginia was out there waiting for at least 5-10 seconds before Penn State comes out of their huddle. So keep an eye on that interaction with the referees and coaches.
Knights on top here by 8 points. Barnes driving, handing off to Eads. Foul line jumper is short. Rebound. Hanson had it, but apparently maybe stepped out of bounds, looks like, and that will give the ball over to Harrisburg. Carmo inbounding to Shirk. She'll work it up court against Stout. Shirk looking down low, man wide open. It is Ransom, Raven Ransom. Found her way behind the Knights defense for an easy bucket to make it 30-24. Now a 7-0 run here by Harrisburg.
Hubert might be a little mismatched there against Raven.
Hubert almost lost that ball, retrieved by Hanson, over to Barnes. She can fire the 3-pointer, and it's no good. Humphrey had the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Barnes. Good play by Alexis. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by her, though, so it's Harrisburg basketball. Just a few seconds ago, it was 30-17 Knights. Now it's 30-24. Still on top by 6. Shirk across the timeline. Passing down low to Hanson. Fouled by Windsor. That's going to be her second foul. Non-shooting foul. Harrisburg will take it out of bounds. Shirk inbounding. Outside to Carmo. Carmo just made a 3-pointer a few seconds ago. Payne, foul line. And she's sandwiched and fouled. They call the foul in Southern Virginia. We'll see if Harrisburg will shoot some foul shots here. That was the 15th foul on the Knights.
First personal foul against Leilani Hanson of the game, but like you said, that's the 5th this second quarter. Interesting to note there, with that free throw, Penn State Harrisburg's on an 8-0 run. Since being down 30-17, they've scored 8 unanswered points. Coach Roberts looking for a little production here for her. Got her all her big players and big scorers in the game right now.
And the Knights grab the rebound on the missed foul shot, so it's 30-25. Barnes driving, lost the ball, picked up by Harrisburg. Fast break the other way. Humphrey ahead to Shirk. Shirk drops it off. Now they go over to Carmo, trying to pass it back, and the Knights force the Penn State Harrisburg turnover. Hanson, pass intercepted by Ransom, and a Knights turnover. So both teams kind of struggling the last couple of minutes here with turnovers.
Got to take care of the basketball. Knights still up by 5 points.
Shirk will fire from the outside and miss. Rebound, Humphrey. They go to the left side. Payne driving, missing. Rebound, Alexis Barnes, fouled from behind by Carmo. Looks like they'll call that instead on Payne. So Payne will pick up the foul. That'll be the 14th foul on Penn State Harrisburg as Gamby's going to check back in. Stout is out. Tui Servera is in. So you got Windsor out there along with Gamby, Eads, Tui Servera, and Hanson. 8-0 run by Harrisburg from a 30-17 deficit to 30-25. Knights trying to respond here, and they throw it away. Windsor was trying to hit Tui Servera, threw it out of bounds. Harrisburg has the ball back. 4:24 to go till halftime. Carmo's going to shoot a long three. Good again from the top of the key. That time a few feet beyond the arc. That's her second three-pointer. And it's 30-28. Now an 11-0 run by Penn State Harrisburg. Pass down low. Eads. Sandwich. No foul call. Ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be Knights basketball with 19 on the shot clock.
Caitlin Carmo starting to wake up for the Lions. She shows why she's the leading scorer for them. She leads all the Lion players with 8 points so far this game.
Windsor, hook shot. Foul. No, they call travel on Shelby before the shot. And the turnover gives it over to Harrisburg. And now, surprisingly, after being down by 13 points, a three-pointer would put Harrisburg on top. What a comeback.
It's been an 11-0 run, and they're just turning it over, causing their own errors. Something that's very correctable, but how soon they correct it, we will find out.
Shirk passing down low, threw it away. Last touch, they say, by the Knights. Unless they're going to change their call here, we'll see.
I think everybody thought that Janelle Brown touched it. The referee went down, corrected her, yeah.
So they will correct that call and give it to the Knights with 3:41 to go till halftime.
Yeah, everyone thought it was that they made the correct call there.
So we'll see if the Knights can break this scoreless streak. Pass over to Windsor. Windsor driving, drops it off to Willett. Open for a three, no good. Rebound, Penn State Harrisburg. Shirk up court, nice pass to Ariel Payne. She scores and is fouled. A chance at a three-point play. And Penn State Harrisburg, which trailed 30-17, has come all the way back to tie the game at 30 on a 13-0 run.
And that's Meredith Willett's third personal foul, I believe. I'm waiting for it to be posted up there. Yeah, it is his. So she's got a...
Payne rolls into foul shot, and for the first time today, Jimmy, I believe it's their first lead. Penn State Harrisburg on top here, 31-30.
You are correct. Ariel Payne making a nice three-point play there. Put them ahead now. Lots of time left in the first half, 3:23, but it's a 14-0 run for Penn State Harrisburg here.
See if the Knights can break that scoring drought. Tui Servera over to Gamby. Jump shot, fade away, good.
Nice shot there by Gamby, the 5'9 junior out of Junction City, Oregon. Great catch and shot.
And she puts the Knights back on top here, 32-31. Payne over to Hemler. She'll fire a long jumper, no good. Rebound, Penn State Harrisburg, and up and in. That was Payne scoring to make it 33-32.
Got ourselves a ball game now.
1 point lead again for Harrisburg. Gamby on the left side. Brings it outside, tries to slide it down low to Windsor. Fadeaway jumper, good.
Nice assist by Jamila Gamby. A nice shot there by Shelby Windsor.
And 2:25 to go to halftime, and the Knights are back on top here, 34-33. Shirk passes it to Carmo. Over to Hemmler for a three. Good. Another three-pointer by Harrisburg. That's at least three three-pointers for them in this first half. And now it's the Lions back on top here, 36-34. Pass to Gamby, and she lost it out of bounds. And the ball will go back over to the Lions.
And in the first quarter, the Lions were shooting 0% from three-point range. Since then, they've been shooting 100%, and it's really brought them back, and now they're up by 2.
Amazing how these things can turn around from one quarter to another quarter, or in the case of men's basketball, one half to another half. 2-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Down low, Payne. Too strong on that shot. But the Knights grab the rebound, trailing here by 2. Is Morgan Hartvigsen in for the first time today. Over to Gamby on the baseline. Pass sails over to the right side and out of bounds. No one there. Both teams have kind of struggled throughout this first half, Jimmy, with some just wild passes.
Well, it came out early on. It was the Knights had a 9-0 run, and now Penn State Harrisburg's had a 14-0 run. And now we're almost tied up. 36-34.
And Gamby fouls Hemmler, which will send Penn State Harrisburg to the foul line.
And that's a good job, a good foul by Jamila Gamby, her first personal foul, and it comes in the second quarter. She's one that's kind of had a challenge playing the whole game, and she went the whole first quarter without a foul. So she's playing great defense. Made a little mistake there, but.
And the foul shot is good. And suddenly Harrisburg has its biggest lead of this first half now at 3, 37-34. Second shot, good. 4-point lead. Knights will try to get a basket here with 1:23 to go till halftime. Hartvigsen, step back three on the way, good.
Nice shot there by the 5'7" senior out of Cageville, Utah, Morgan Hartvigsen.
And she did not hesitate, Jimmy, in taking that shot. Drive by Shirk over to Carmo. Carmo back to Payne. Outside, Janelle Brown's going to take a three. It's short. Loose ball rebound by Penn State Harrisburg, and a foul's going to be called on Southern Virginia. It's going to go against Kimmy Eads, it looks like.
That's Eads' third personal foul as well. So that puts Meredith Willett and Kimmy Eads in a little bit of foul trouble here in the first half.
And Hemmler will go to the foul line. Missed the first one. Hubert going to check in for Eads.
Substitution there made. Eads again, the 5'11" sophomore from Ellicott City, substituted by a 5'8" freshman from Dietrich, Idaho.
Second foul shot is good. 1 out of 2 for Penn State Harrisburg. 39-37. 53 seconds to go till halftime. This is Knight over to Windsor. Gamby trying to drive, loses the ball. It's on the floor. Jump ball position arrow will favor the Knights with 43.5 seconds left till halftime and 18 on the shot clock.
As young as our Southern Virginia women's basketball team is.
We got a foul called on the inbounds. Hubert will be called for it. Must have pushed off according to the referees. And now Harrisburg has it with 42 seconds to go till halftime.
That was a good call. As young as we are, some of the freshmen for Penn State Harrisburg are actually stepping up and making key contributions.
Carmo's jumper doesn't go. Rebound, Larissa Knight. She brings it up court in a hurry. Off to Hartvigsen. Pass, knocked away. Hemmler steals. And Hemmler knocked away by Larissa Knight. Good defense by Larissa not to give up on the play and come all the way back and knock it off of Hemmler out of bounds. And it goes over to the Knights with 18.9 seconds left.
Hemmler was expecting a foul, but I think it was all ball. And the ball was slapped off her knee. She missed the layup, turns it over. She might have been, it was a good defensive play by Southern Virginia.
11 seconds to go. Here's Larissa Knight for a three-pointer. It's up and no good. Rebound Janelle Brown. Outlet to Payne. 5 seconds to go. Payne will try to go all the way, and she misses at the buzzer. And it's going to be a 39-37 lead for Penn State Harrisburg here, Jimmy, at halftime.
Wow, we gotta have some cheerleaders performing and a dance team, and so stay tuned for our halftime performances by the Southern Virginia stunt team and the cheer team, as well as the mini cheerleaders.
That is coming up in just a few seconds. Really quick, Jimmy, 39-37, 2-point lead, though, for the Knights here at halftime.
A half of runs between Penn State Harrisburg and Southern Virginia. That second quarter was, wow. I mean, it was 9-0 for Southern Virginia and then 14-0 for Penn State. Penn State's got the 2-point lead. It's anybody's ball game.
So again, coming up here, stay tuned. Halftime performances coming up by the Southern Virginia stunt and cheer team and also the mini cheerleaders now.
Give it up for your Southern Virginia dance team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, the Southern Virginia mini cheerleaders. for our Southern Virginia mini cheerleaders.
It's 39-37, Penn State Harrisburg leading Southern Virginia at halftime. Quick check on the stats as far as the Knights are concerned. At halftime, they have right now 19 turnovers compared to 17 turnovers for Penn State Harrisburg. Southern Virginia getting a great first half performance by Shelby Windsor. She led the team in scoring at halftime. And also Ariel Payne for Penn State Harrisburg leading their team at halftime. Cheerleaders are back on the court here at the Knight Sports Arena. Jim Bresnahan, Jimmy Groff back here at the Knight Sports Arena. Halftime score once again, Penn State Harrisburg 39, Southern Virginia 37. Quick check of the first half stats here. Jimmy, 19 turnovers for Southern Virginia, 17 turnovers for Penn State Harrisburg. Turnovers really plaguing both teams, but Shelby Windsor, 14 points, 8 rebounds in that first half for the Knights.
And early on was Alexis Barnes starting out with 7 quick points in the first quarter. Shelby's always been steady, so it was good to see that. They jumped out to the lead up 30-17 in the second quarter, and then Penn State Harrisburg woke up.
Yep.
We got Arrow Payne with 10 points.
Karma with those threes, that really sparked seemingly Penn State Harrisburg.
8 points overall. She had 2 of 2 from three-point land. Madison Hemler, a freshman, came off the bench and had 6 points and key rebounds to give them a 2-point lead. It's anybody's game right now. It's going to be a matter of, comes back down to fundamentals, making your free throws, your layups, and who's going to take care of the basketball.
Another key category, Harrisburg missed 7 foul shots, and they're still on top by 2. So fortunately for the Knights, they missed those free throws.
And where they're missing free throws, they're making their three-pointers. And so 60%. At one point, we had them 3 of 3. So very impressive second quarter for Penn State Harrisburg to come down from 13 points to take a 2-point lead. But it's anybody's game, so a lot of time left in this game.
And we are ready to go here in second half action. Third quarter underway with Penn State Harrisburg on top here by 2 and with the ball. It was a 22-7 run by Penn State Harrisburg after they had dropped behind 30-17. Knights actually had a 13-point lead. Here's Carmo firing a 3, and she hits again. She is 3 for 3 from three-point range. Carmo really didn't do too much until she started launching those threes. Here's a pass down low. Kelsey Johnson back to Windsor. Jump shot too strong. And the rebound is finally corralled by Penn State Harrisburg. This is Shirk. Over to Mattis, and she misses the 3, but Ransom is there to grab the rebound along with Kelsey Johnson. And they'll say jump ball, and the possession area will this time favor the Knights. So Southern Virginia has a crack at it here, trailing by 5. That's their biggest deficit so far today. They actually led by 13 in the first half, now trailing by 5. Barnes back out to Gamby. Now Barnes will fire a 3, and she hits. Big 3 there by Alexis Barnes to cut a 5-point lead back down to 2.
Her 10th point of the game.
And a turnover by Penn State Harrisburg.
They got new life. I think Alexis Barnes outside shooting. If she can hit those, and again, they got to take care of the basketball. But I like the offense set up to find her on a good spot where she's comfortable shooting.
She's a great inside-outside player, Jimmy, and Shelby Windsor probably the top offensive threat. But hey, Alexis Barnes is really becoming an offensive threat. And a three-pointer rolls home by Corey Stout. She got the roll, and the Knights suddenly back on top, 43-42.
2 3-pointers for
and
Southern
a no-look
Virginia.
pass down low. Harrisburg, Ransom misses. Rebound taken away by Gamby. Gamby gets it over to Alexis Barnes. The Knights have a 1-point lead in the basketball. Windsor driving, shooting, and fouled by Carmo.
Southern Virginia University showing that they can hit their 3-pointers too, and that was Corey Stout's first points of the game. She's been doing a steady job of handling the ball, but they're going to need some points from her, and she delivered at a key time.
And they called that foul actually on Mattis, so that was her 3rd foul. Windsor gives her team a 2-point lead and a 7-0 run by the Knights. And now an 8-0 run by Southern Virginia after Carmo hit that 3 to make it a 5-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Suddenly the Knights have a 3-point lead. Harrisburg breaks the pressure, gets it over to Shirk. Shirk to Payne, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Ransom, and she can't get the follow to go. It's out of bounds. Going to be Knights basketball. Harrisburg is crashing the offensive boards, getting offensive rebounds, but not able to get the stickbacks, and the Knights held a 3-point lead.
Shelby Windsor leading all scorers with 16 points. They need continued production from her.
Windsor scores again, 18.
Right on cue, 18 points. Good job by
10-0 run by the Knights. Shirk gets it over to Ransom. Ransom double team. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors the Lions. So after that Carmo 3 to make it 42-37, the Knights have scored 10 straight points and now lead 47-42. A timeout taken on the court with 7:26 to go here, Jimmy. And what a turnaround by the Knights.
Well, Shelby Windsor, she's 5 of 8, actually 6 of 9 now shooting. She's 6 of 8 of free throws. She's had 18 points thus far, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Doing a great job giving them the lead. A 10-0 run. I think this, and Corey Stout coming out getting her first points. The free throw shooting has been decent, but now the 3-point shooting has been what's the difference. And if they can get hot again and keep it rolling, whoever's in the game making those shots, building that lead up, it's just been one of those streaky games. 10-0 run. Who would have thought?
The Penn State Harrisburg Lions had a big run in the first half after they trailed 30-17, a 22-7 run to close out halftime. But after taking a 42-37 lead, it's the Knights on a 10-0 run. Carmo fouled by Kelsey Johnson as she went to the baseline. And that's going to be her third foul. Each team now has a team foul here. So Mattis will inbounds here for Penn State Harrisburg. Gets it in to Payne, or Shirk, to Carmo, and off the glass. Hits another jumper. Carmo almost single-handedly keeping her team in the game right now. She's got all of Penn State Harrisburg's points here in the second half. Barnes driving, had the shot blocked. Carmo grabs the rebound. They call a jump ball, and the possession arrow will favor Harrisburg this time.
Caitlin Carmo averaging 12.5 points per game.
They're going to say it's going to favor SVU. Gamby inbounding. Pass stolen away, though, by Shirk. Shirk driving on Stout. Misses. Rebound. Mattis fouled over the back by Kelsey Johnson. That's her fourth foul. So Kelsey Johnson picking up a couple of quick fouls, grabs her fourth foul, and she's going to have to come out of the game here, and Eads will replace her. Second foul on the Knights as a team here in the third quarter. Inbounds to Payne, three-pointer, no good. And the rebound comes off to Ransom of Penn State Harrisburg. She had the ball taken away by Alexis Barnes. And Ransom picks up the foul.
Good steal there by Alexis Barnes. Foul charge to Raven Ransom, and that might be her.
And she got a technical as well.
That's her third personal foul. The question is with a technical in addition to the fouls. So that may be her fourth foul, depending on what the referee decides here.
So Windsor will shoot the foul shots after the technical.
And it is. That was a personal foul and a technical foul, giving 4 fouls for the game now for number 21, Raven Ransom.
Windsor's foul shot short. One more coming. Tessa Dolce is going to check in here for Harrisburg. Windsor missed the first one, missed the second one, left him short. So the lead stays at 3. It'll be Knights basketball with 6:48 to go here in the third quarter.
Some big misses there. With a close game like this, free throws, every free throw counts. And so still going to be Southern Virginia basketball. Shelby kind of wants to redo those too, I think.
Well, you get tired sometimes, Jimmy, and maybe sometimes it shows up by leaving foul shots short at the foul line as Dulce gets the steal, finally tracks down the loose ball, drops it off to Payne, and she scores to make it 47-46.
And right back, that's a quick turnaround. Payne's got 12 points for the Lions. That's a 4-point swing.
Here's Gamby driving, and Payne will pick up that foul call. Both teams very physical in this third quarter. A lot of fouls being called, and I would imagine if anything is going to decide this game and beyond turnovers, Jimmy, it could be foul shooting.
And that was Payne's second personal foul, fourth team foul this quarter against Penn State Harrisburg.
Windsor drops it down low for Barnes. Barnes almost triple teamed. Will fire a long jumper, no good. And the rebound to Penn State Harrisburg. Lions take the break. Payne over to Carmo, back to Payne, and she scores. And the Lions suddenly back on top after they trailed 47 to 42 on a 10-0 SVU run. Now it is a 6-0 run here by Harrisburg, and Windsor throws it away. So Southern Virginia University had the 5-point lead, Jimmy, and now suddenly Harrisburg is back on top here by 1. It really has been a game of runs all game long.
A lot of time left to play.
Entire fourth quarter still to come. Harrisburg breaks the pressure. Payne outside the Shirk. Drives. Now Carmo. The Payne. Down low. Pass is kicked by the Knights with 12 on the shot clock. Lions will inbounds here. Shot clock reset after that kickball by the Knights defense. Mattis inbounding for Penn State Harrisburg. The Shirk jumper on the way, short. And it's going to be Lions basketball with 5:22 to go, or make that Knights basketball with 5:22 to go. And the Knights only trailing here by 1.
Surprising shot there. They complete air ball. Usually been taking some good shots, and then Penn State Harrisburg's been making some shots to keep this game real close.
Here's Gamby with it on the right side. Drops it off to Windsor. Wasn't expecting that pass. Was a little behind her. Turnover for Southern Virginia. And a 1-point lead here for Harrisburg, and the Lions have the basketball as Willett will check in for Gamby.
Willett herself's got 3 personal fouls. Matters, a 5'5" sophomore guard from Suffield, Connecticut. She replaces the 5'9" junior forward from Justice Morgan.
Mattis trying to throw it up court, threw it way over the head of Humphrey. So another turnover for Penn State Harrisburg.
Kind of back and forth battle of turnovers, back and forth battle of streaks, back and forth battle of 3-pointers.
And the Knights will try to retake the lead with a bucket. Willett. Now Barnes with it. Pass down low to Eads. A lot of contact as the ball is knocked away. Penn State Harrisburg grabs the basketball. It is Carmo working with Eads on her hip. Over to, that was Humphrey shooting an air ball 3-pointer.
That's 2 air balls in a row. It's just kind of surprising, as hot as they've been, especially from 3-point range.
Giving the Knights a chance to reclaim the lead with a basket. Stout works on Nolan. Give up her dribble and gets it off to Eads. Eads driving. Now Stout has it with 8 on the shot clock. They go to Willett. Down low, and the pass knocked away by Dulce with just 5 on the shot clock.
And I'm impressed. Tessa Dulce, the 5'11" junior, did not play in the first half, and she's made some key defensive plays for the Lions this second half.
Has good size too, Jimmy, 5'11". Pass into Windsor, knocked away. Shot clock is all the way down to 2 now. Knights will have it out of bounds, but they've only got 2 seconds left on the shot clock, so they're going to have to inbounds and fire right away. Stout. Well, that fires. Hit the side of the backboard. Shot clock violation. It'll be Penn State Harrisburg basketball with 4:04 to go in this third quarter. Both teams kind of struggling here in the last couple of minutes, looking for offense. It's 48-47. Penn State Harrisburg, and Kelsey Johnson is going to come in to replace Windsor, but Kelsey's got those 4 fouls.
I think Windsor just needed a break to rest. She's been working hard.
Mattis will try to work it up court to Nolan. Now Carmo with it. Mattis will fire the 3. Good. Boy, Shanique Mattis the sophomore from Philadelphia, hits it to make it 51-47, Penn State Harrisburg. 4-point lead after the Knights just a few seconds ago had a 5-point lead, and Dulce gets another steal. She tries to go all the way and scores. I'm with you, Jimmy. She didn't play at all the first half, and she has made some big plays for Harrisburg in the second half.
Did she miss the bus and arrive late?
Kelsey Johnson is down low, and she is fouled. Fouled by Humphrey.
She's
Dulce, especially her defense has been pretty good the last couple of minutes.
She's one of the top rebounders. She's also really good in the block category, and she actually makes a high percentage of her free throws. Not sure why she played. Maybe we'll have to ask Coach the reason for her being benched in the first half. But
Johnson, big foul shot there to stop the streak. It had been an 11-0 run by Harrisburg. They had trailed 47-42, took a 53-47 lead. Now with that foul shot, it's 53-48. Kelsey Johnson got both foul shots, and so the lead is now 4 for Harrisburg. And they throw it away again, trying to get it up court. They're trying to beat the Knights' pressure defense by getting the passes way up past midcourt, Jimmy, but the passes are not making connections.
And Kelsey, good job at hitting both free throws there. Entering the game, she was only shooting 49%. She's hit 2 of 2 there for key points.
We lost the scoreboard, too, so there'll be a momentary break in action while they try to remedy that.
And as we have a break, we had a great halftime show. We want to give credit to all our dance team, our cheerleading team, and the mini cheerleaders for their great performance during the halftime. In case you had a chance, we're going to have a little electrical, technical timeout for the cord to get plugged in. They just got it back in now, so that was a brief 15-second timeout. Both teams are going to be ushered back on the court. Officials got that corrected real quickly. Good job by our stat crew here on the table.
53-49. Harrisburg on top by 4. They led by 2 at halftime. They've been down by 13 in this game. Knights will have the ball. Only trailing here by 4. Tui Cervera from the point guard spot.
Lady Knights need a bucket right now.
Hartvigsen also back in there. She's got a 3 today, and she threw it away trying to reach Eads. Dulce picks up the loose ball. And so 53-49, Harrisburg with a 4-point lead in the ball. Pass comes to Tessa Dolch. Passes it back to Mattis. She missed the easy shot inside. Windsor grabs the rebound. Now Tui Cervera leads the break. Angel trying to get it over to Hartvigsen. Threw it away behind her out of bounds, and a turnover by the Knights. Both teams have struggled with turnovers today. And there's another turnover as Nolan, dribbling up court, simply lost it out of bounds.
Sometimes it's defense, but just from observation right now, maybe both teams are trying a little too hard. I think it's going to be who's mature enough to settle down, make good passes. We've said it before, take care of the rock. You got to take care of that basketball. A lot of time left.
53-49. Tui Cervera over to Hartvigsen. She put it on the court, lost it out of bounds. We're going to say it hit Hartvigsen and rolled off her knee out of bounds.
That was a bizarre call. Wow. Good defense.
Will try to work it up court.
Good defense by Penn State to get the tip.
And Carmo scores again to make it 55-49.
Caitlin Carmo at 15 points to lead the Lions so far.
Windsor too strong on that shot. Rebound Hartvigsen. And couldn't get that shot to go. And Carmo finally pulls away the rebound for the Lions. The ball's kicked into the backcourt. Battle for the ball. Jump ball possession arrow is called. As Carmo went to the court very hard. And she is slow to get up. Well, that's going to check in for the Knights, replacing Morgan Hartvigsen. 23 on the shot clock. Knights basketball. Knights trail here by 6. The shot clock will reset now on the jump ball position arrow. And they're going to say the possession arrow actually favors Harrisburg, so it's going to be Lions basketball with 1:49 to go to the end of this third period.
And that was a good correction by the scoring table, because when the power went out, that arrow does not restore itself, so it gets kind of a neutral position.
So the referees trying to get everything organized as Larissa Knight's going to check in for Angel Tulia-Severa with 1:49 in this third period. It's 55-49. Harrisburg by 6. They led by 2.5. Carmo gets the inbounds, gets it over to Shirk. Shirk to Dulce, too strong on that shot, but there is a rebound up, no good by Humphrey. And a battle over the back, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Dulce on that rebound. Going over the back of the Knights to get that offensive rebound.
It's one of the few errors we've seen Tessa make, number 15 for Penn State Harrisburg. That was the 15 foul. That puts the Knights at the line shooting 2 bonus shots now.
So 2 foul shots coming up here for Meredith Willett with 1:40 to go here in this third period.
Willett on the season is about an 85% free throw shooter. She makes that one of the best free throw shooters for the Lady Knights.
Cuts that lead down to 5. That one rolls home. Knights get a couple of big foul shots there, 55-51.
Starting to whittle that lead away.
Harrisburg trying to work it up court. They do to Shirk. Shirk passing to Dulce, threw it away. Eads grabs the loose ball. Knights come right back, only down by 4. Willett down low. Windsor blocked by Dulce. They call her for a foul. And 2 shots coming up here for Shelby Windsor. I think she, at last report, had 18 points.
Unofficially, she's got 18. She's only hitting 60% from the line unofficially for the game. On the season, though, Shelby.
Missed that one. A little too strong on that one. Rattled off to the right side. One more shot coming.
About 69% for the season overall.
And she got that one to go. So the lead is 3 now for Harrisburg. Mattis will try to work it up court. She gets it to the timeline, and Larissa Knight stepping in, I think will be called for the foul. Yep, Larissa Knight will get that foul call. Non-shooting foul. Harrisburg will take it out of bounds. Just the third team foul on the Knights with 1:12 to go in the quarter.
And that was the first personal foul on Larissa there.
Three-pointer by Humphrey is good. Another big three-pointer for the Penn State Harrisburg Lions. Knights will try to answer Willett, and that one is short. Rebound, Dolce, and fouled. Let's see if Hanson will pick this one up. She does. Leilani Hanson getting the foul call. 6-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg, 58-52. Pass up court, thrown away. Eads grabs the loose ball. Larissa Knight is called for palming the basketball.
Both teams
did a little stutter step
back
there,
and
Jimmy.
forth, bad pass. We steal it, we get down, a little carry. The big play there was a three-pointer there for Penn State Harrisburg, puts them up by 6 points. And Southern Virginia's coming back. They're fighting back, and then they back up by 6. So they need to get a stop here on defense.
Shirk works it over to Humphrey. Another 3 from Humphrey. Katie Humphrey, 5'7" freshman, hits a big 3. 9-point lead for Harrisburg. That's their biggest lead so far today. Remember, this team trailed by 13 in the first half, now on top by 9. Hanson driving, and she's fouled. Leilani Hanson will get a couple of foul shots with just 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it's been the three-point shooting, Jimmy, that has really kept Harrisburg on top here.
And I think, they're shooting 60% or higher unofficially. We'll see the stats here at quarter.
Hansen got the first foul shot.
And they're going to need every free throw to come back. It's going to be just got to stop missing free throws. That's how you're going to keep up with the hot three-point shooting for Penn State Harrisburg.
Another foul shot made, 61-54. Knights playing hard. 7-point ball game right now. Shirk gets it over to Brown. Brown across the timeline to Hemmler. Her shot way short. Rebound, Eads. 4 seconds to go. Hansen driving and fouled at the buzzer. She'll get 2 foul shots with no time on the clock. It'll give the Knights a chance to get a couple of foul shots to end the quarter. A foul called on Hemmler. So the Knights have a chance here with the clock ending this third quarter to get a couple of foul shots. Two shots coming for the Knights. And they got Willett out there.
To shoot the technical fouls first, and then Hansen will shoot the 2 shooting fouls. So there'll be a chance for 4 points here with no time on the clock to end the third quarter. And at this, then we'll get the official stats, but the shooting foul and a technical foul.
First one's good. This could really be huge, Jimmy, as far as maybe turning this game around. And Willett with a couple of foul shots to make it 61-56, and now Hansen.
And it's not every day you see they let the lights on the board to know the clock. Oh, they're saying
there is
there's
still a half second left.
They're saying there was 0.4 seconds on the clock. So even though the buzzer went off, they called the foul just prior to the time running out. So,
and I believe that's the second technical that's been called against Penn State Harrisburg today.
You are correct here. Leilani at the line, shooting about 54% in the season.
Missed that one.
She hit her first 2 free throws there, so 2 or 3 for the game.
5-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Second shot, good. And now it's a 4-point ball game.
They basically have to catch and shoot right at.
So that is the end of the third quarter with Penn State Harrisburg on top 61-57. We've talked about how this has been a game of runs, and the Knights are able to close out that quarter, Jimmy, on a 5-0 run because they trailed by 9, and they go into the fourth quarter only down by 4.
Well, crucial fouls on Penn State Harrisburg. The Lions, I think both teams forcing the errors, forcing the pressure, and whether it's just turnovers, missed shots, but then each team has their time where they just catch on fire, and it's been neat to see it. Sometimes you're like, yes, and then you're like, no, and you're like, yes, and you're like, no.
And if you're at Harrisburg, so many turnovers, where would they be without the three-point shooting of namely Humphrey and Carmo?
Exactly, and that's the senior
Humphrey's
leadership.
Humphrey's got 2 threes, and Carmo's got 3 threes. I think that's 5 3-pointers between them.
Yeah, Humphrey, though, is just a freshman. Carmo is the senior, 5'10", out of Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Surprisingly, I mentioned Tessa, number 15, Tessa Dulce. I think it's Dulce, 5'11", junior, did not play in the first half, so she's been a real key component in the comeback and steady play. I only saw her really make 1 mistake in the first half, and that was on a foul. But
so we'll go to the fourth quarter, 61-57. Knights on a 5-0 run to start this fourth quarter, only trailing by 4.
Clear the fouls for me, please.
And so the Knights will have the ball to begin play here in the fourth period, trailing only by 4. They trailed by 2 at halftime. They've led by as many as 13. Trailed by 9 just a few seconds ago. Stout, double dribbled. Well, she forgot she had given up her dribble, and maybe just kind of lost track there and ends up double dribbling, so the ball goes over to Harrisburg. Got another turnover. Well, these two teams have really piled up the turnovers today. Pass inside, knocked away. Knights get the steal. It is Willett trying to go all the way, and a foul called on Ransom.
Yeah, that's Ransom's 5th personal foul.
So we've had our first player foul out of the game for Penn State Harrisburg, Raven Ransom. And Willett, very good foul shooter, will go to the foul line, trying to cut this lead down to maybe 2.
And unofficially, I got Brown with unofficially 4 points, 6 rebounds. We'll get the official stats there. Has been a key rebounder, a key force on the inside to shut down and try to. I mean, they've been double teaming Shelby Windsor.
That foul shot, roll home.
Ransom was a key inside player for the Knights. Excuse me, for the Lions. We'll see how the Knights respond now because Shelby will not have to be double teamed by her anymore.
Couple of foul shots, cuts that lead down to 2. A 7-0 run by the Knights. 61-59. Here's Carmo. She is tripped and fouled. And who will get this one? And it's Kelsey Johnson. She just fouled out of the game.
So now both teams lose a key player inside. But I do think Southern Virginia has a deeper bench, more athletes to play, and some height inside. Kelsey's actually an inch taller than, Kimmy's an inch taller than Kelsey.
Carmo going to fire a 3. That one is short. Dulce grabs the rebound off the Penn. She can't get the shot to go. Shirk grabs the rebound. Outside the Penn. 2-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Foul called. Corey Stout, I think, is going to get this one.
That's her 3rd personal foul. I believe 2nd team foul this quarter.
Inbounds pass comes to Carmo. Carmo drops it off the Penn. Foul line jumper. No good. Air ball. And it's going to be Southern Virginia basketball. They only trail by 2. They're on a 7-0 run. Stout will try to work it up court. They got to hurry. Get it up court to Alexis Barnes. Barnes driving to Willett. And no good. Rebound. Barnes puts it back up. No good. No foul call. Over to Willett. Now Stout. Over to Barnes. She'll fire a 3. And it's no good. And the rebound comes away to Penn State Harrisburg. And Barnes on the tie-up. The possession arrow looks like it's going to favor Penn State Harrisburg.
Great effort by both teams. You're seeing this is a battle. Both teams want to struggle. Both teams have lost a player.
There's a steal. Willett grabs the steal, loses it right back though. Shirk has it. Shirk driving to the left this time. Kicks it off to Carmo. Carmo back to Shirk. Shirk shoots, misses. Rebound, Dulce. Out to Mattis, and she misses a wild 3-pointer out of bounds. Nolan's going to check in. Alexis Nolan will check in for Harrisburg. 61-59. Looks like maybe both teams getting a little tired here in the 4th quarter. Been a real physical game. Willett going baseline. Shut off. Pass knocked away on the floor. Another jump ball possession arrow. It's going to favor the Knights this time. 61-59. It was 61-52, so the Knights again on a 7-0 run here. Down low, Windsor, blocked by Dulce, and foul is called on her.
3rd personal foul against Tessa Dulce. Windsor going to the line. Get about a 70% free throw shooter, 69.4% on the season.
She can tie it with a couple of foul shots. And that one misses. Well, she is, maybe just because of the fatigue starting to set in, she's missed some foul shots here.
7 of 13 so far in the game for Shelby, leading all scorers with 19 points.
Got that one to go.
Hit the 20-point mark there. 1 point lead for Penn State Harrisburg.
And an 8-0 run And Willette saves it from going out of bounds. Fires it back to Alexis Barnes, and she can't score, but she's fouled, and she'll get 2 foul shots and a chance to put her team on top. That foul on Nolan, that was her third.
Third team foul this quarter against Penn State Harrisburg.
Barnes misses the first foul shot.
She's about a 47% free throw shooter for the season.
Knights as a team, 62, almost 63%. Barnes missed it. And the rebound to Penn. Now Nolan, double teamed and fouled. Let's see if Eads is going to pick this up, or maybe Barnes. It's going to be Eads picking that one up, her fourth. (61-60), an 8-0 run by the Knights. They were down by 9, now only trailing by 1.
Stamina is real critical now for both teams.
Brown lost it out of bounds, and it's going to be Knights basketball. Turnover, another one for Penn State Harrisburg. And again, the Knights have a chance here to take the lead.
This is where all that conditioning, all the sprints, all that working out after practice, this is where it comes in. Who's got the stamina?
It is Windsor driving. Over to Willette. Back to Windsor, knocked away by Penn. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Barnes. Barnes is called for a travel. A couple of substitutions here for Penn State Harrisburg. Shirk and Mattis will check back in for the Lions. Should be an interesting final 6:56 to see who can end up on top in this basketball game. Shirk, triple team, got it over to Humphrey. Now over to Janelle Brown. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but it went awry, and the Knights give it right back up to Mattis, who is fouled.
Nice steal there by Shanique Mattis with the take the layup shot, fouled by Corey Stout. That's Corey's fourth personal foul and the fourth team foul this quarter against Southern Virginia.
First foul shot is good to make it 62-60.
They've been a drought. All Quest their first points this third quarter. They're up 62-60. Scored at the quarter break was 61-57. So both teams struggling a little bit early on here in the fourth quarter.
Mattis got the second one to go. 3-point lead as Larissa Knight replaces Corey Stout. Larissa Knight with the ball right now from the point guard spot. And she almost threw it away. Mattis tried to save it, but couldn't. She's one the last touched it, so Knights have it with 24 on the shot clock. (63-60). Harrisburg by 3. They go left side to Barnes. Down low to Eads. Knocked away. Stolen away by Carmo. Carmo trying to work it up court. Weaving through traffic. Going all the way. Couldn't get the layup to go. Mattis grabs the loose ball. Circles around. Kicks it out to Shirk. Janelle Brown's going to try a three-pointer. And hits another three. Another for the Lions as a team. Their three-point shooting is keeping them in the game.
And that was Janelle Brown's first basket of the night.
And the ball knocked away. Willette picks it up. Firing a jump shot. Hits it. Big three by Meredith Willette. 66-63.
Downtown from Meredith Willette from Suffield, Connecticut.
Janelle Brown ahead to Humphrey. Humphrey got around Windsor. Missed the shot. Rebound Eads. Knights have the ball trailing by only 3 points. And Larissa's night pass is knocked away. Stolen away by Mattis. Mattis tries to go all the way. She scores. And a timeout taken on the court here with 5:24 to go. And suddenly Penn State Harrisburg on top by 5. Each team's had a big lead. In the first half, the Knights led by 13. Here in the second half, Penn State Harrisburg got their lead up to 9. And right now they lead by 5.
We're going to check the stats, but a quick rundown here. Shelby Windsor leading all scorers with 20 points. Also contributing Meredith Willette with her, a lot has been some of her free throw shooting. She's got 13 points on the game, 6 of 6 from free throw line. Also for the Knights thus far, Alexis Barnes with 10 points. Leading scorers for Penn State Harrisburg, I've got Caitlin Carmo with 15, Arrow Payne with 14. Shanique Mattis has quietly, in this fourth quarter, increased her point total for 12 so far in the game, and also Katie Humphrey has 8.
Going to be Knights basketball. They'll take it from one end to the other, trailing here by 5. The 5 on the floor right now, Tui Severa, Willette, Windsor, Barnes, and Jamila Gambi. Barnes driving. Shot no good. And Mattis grabs the ball. And foul is going to be called on Barnes. So it'll be Harrisburg coming the other way to shoot some foul shots. And as we talked about, Jimmy, I'm not sure it's going to be the deciding factor, but certainly a contributing factor down the stretch is who can shoot foul shots better.
And Alexis Barnes, I think she wants that shot back. She kind of forced that.
And the free throw for Mattis rolls home. So Mattis now has 13 points. And now has 14 points on a couple of foul shots. Harrisburg from the line now, 14 of 21. Turnover for the Knights, and the ball goes back over to Harrisburg with a 7-point lead with 5:10 to go. Brownell inbounds. Comes outside to Mattis. Mattis, fadeaway jumper, no good. And Gambi grabs the rebound for the Knights. Tui Severa looking for Willette, who can shoot that 3. Down low pass knocked away, and it's picked up by Penn State Harrisonburg. Turnovers continue to be a problem. 37 turnovers for the game for the Knights and 28 turnovers for the game for Penn State Harrisonburg. And now a foul is called on Tui Severa. And more foul shots coming up, this time for Carmo. She's got 15 points on the game. This will be her first foul shot. And she missed it. Harrisburg by 7. One more foul shot coming up here for Carmo.
Corey Stout just checked in the game for Angel Tui Severa. Corey Stout, the 5'4" freshman from Murray, Utah.
Got 1 out of 2. 8-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. 4:40 to go in the ball game. And there is Dulce almost getting a steal. They're going to say fouled by Windsor from behind.
That was quite the questionable call, but Coach Shelby Windsor was like, I didn't even touch her. So at the line now, shooting for Penn State Harrisburg, number 15 is Tessa Dulce. She's done a really good job for them in the second half.
Missed that foul shot. Harrisburg has missed some foul shots today. 8, I think, totally. Could be up around 9, maybe. Here's Dulce on the second shot. Missed that, left it short. Rebound Knights. They trail by 8. Willette passing and knocked away and stolen away by Penn State Harrisburg. It is Gambi getting the steal. Jump ball position arrow going to favor the Lions.
Good hustle there by Jamila Gambi.
Pass comes to Shirk.
Jamila's done a good job this game with 1 personal foul. She traditionally has gotten a lot of fouls, and she's playing great defense without getting.
Mattis is going to go to the foul line. The referees say that she was fouled on a shot. Windsor just picked up, I think, her 4th foul.
Yeah, actually, oh yes.
And Mattis makes the first foul shot. And now Shanique Mattis is starting to pile up the points, Jimmy. She got 2 foul shots to go, and now Penn State Harrisburg has its biggest lead so far today, 10 points, 73-63. Knights need a big basket. Gamby, baseline jumper, rimmed out, tough miss there. Mattis grabs the rebound, throws it away. Eads with the steal. Willett, back to Gamby. Now Willett open for a three-pointer. Good.
They're coming back now. Meredith Willett.
And Meredith Willett hits a huge three-pointer to turn a 10-point lead for Harrisburg into a 7-point deficit for the Knights. 16
points from Meredith Willett. As I mentioned, Shelby Windsor, she did pick up that 4th foul.
That was also Meredith's second 3 of the night.
Alexis Barnes has got 10 points, but there's been a triumvirate of shooters for Penn State Harrisburg. Leading scorers for them include Shanique Mattis, who's really turned it on in the second half. Of course, Caitlin Carmel with 16 points and Errol Payne's at 14. Katie Humphrey still with 8.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing, Jimmy. When this is all said and done, if you total up both teams' turnovers, it's going to be a monumental figure.
I'm sure both coaches want to preach taking care of the basketball.
Last time we had the stats, it was 64. I'm trying to think maybe of 1 or 2 since then, so it's approaching 70. Total turnovers for both teams. After that Willett three-pointer, it's a 7-point lead right now for Penn State Harrisburg. They've had a 10-point lead. The Knights had a 13-point lead in the first half.
A lot of time left.
And the pass knocked away. Carmo able to save it for Penn State Harrisburg. And Gamby is going to be called for the foul. Looked like Carmo trying to break out of a trap. Actually used her forearm to push Gamby, but they called Gamby for the foul, and that's her second. So Carmo to the foul line. 1 out of 2 from the foul line so far, and she was able to roll that one home. Dolce checks back in for Janelle Brown for Penn State Harrisburg. And Carmo got them both. 75-66, 9-point lead for the Lions. Knights again need a basket here. Gamby going baseline, free, and left that layup a little short. Rebound Dulce, and the call a travel on her, and the ball goes right back over to Southern Virginia with 3:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Outside to Stout. Inside, pass knocked away on the floor. Picked up by Willett. Fires the jumper, and it's no good. Gamby grabs the rebound and shoots and misses. Carmo with the rebound for Penn State Harrisburg, and almost threw that one away. Payne will go up court in a hurry. And they're going to say she stepped out of bounds.
Coach Patrick's not happy with that call. Southern Virginia basketball.
9-point lead for Harrisburg, 2:55 to go. Payne's going to check out. And Katie Humphrey, who has had a couple of big three-pointers today for Harrisburg, checks back in.
And 3 3-pointers can tie this up.
Windsor to Willett. She'll fire the three. No good. Dolce grabs the rebound. Knights trying to pressure the ball and force some turnovers. Pass comes way ahead to Shirk. Shirk's pass over to Mattis, and somehow she got that to go in. And now Harrisburg has its biggest lead, 11 points, and Harrisburg gets it on the Knights turnover. Mattis back over to Carmo, and now it looks like the Lions will take a little time off the clock here. 11-point lead for the Lions. This is their biggest lead so far today. Mattis gave up her dribble, tries to pass it, gets it over to Carmo, and she is fouled by Corey Stout.
I like Corey Stout's effort there. At 5'4", trying to block the shot. Does follow the shooter on the arm, but in the land of giants, Corey Stout still trying to stand tall.
That was her 5th foul. She's out of the game.
Corey Stout in the game, 3 points, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 steals, 4 assists. She's played about 23 minutes in the game. So
Willett also is out as Hanson and Larissa Knight check in for the Knights. Carmo, who just hit 2 foul shots, makes another one. And now the Lions add to that biggest lead of the game so far, up to 12 now. And that one's going to be short, rolls off. Rebound, Dulce, and she scores.
Good put back there by Tessa Dulce. That's her 4th point of the game.
And Larissa Knight, trying to avoid a trap by Shirk, travels with the basketball, and with 2 minutes to go, suddenly the Knights are trailing here by 14. Mattis will inbounds. Carmo has hit some big threes. Mattis has really come on of late here, Jimmy, with some big shots for Penn State Harrisburg as Carmo got into Eads. Did they call the foul on Eads? Wow. They do call it on Eads. I thought that was going to be maybe called traveling instead, but they call the foul on Southern Virginia, and that's Eads' 5th foul, and now she is fouled out. The 3rd night to foul out, and joining Kelsey Johnson and Corey Stout.
Wow. At the line now, we're seeing a senior shooter at the free throw line. Caitlin Carmel, again 5'10", senior from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. She prepped at Palmyra Area High School. At the line looking to get her 20th point of the game, and she does.
Well, when you look at the key players, certainly Carmel and Humphrey with the threes have really been huge, but then again, lately, Mattis has been stepping up her offensive game for the Harrisburg Lions. And both foul shots go. It's suddenly a 16-point lead for Harrisburg. Remember, they trail by 13 in the first half.
They're making their free throws, making their shots.
And this game was actually, I think, a 1-point game at 61-60. It'll be Hanson firing a 3, but it's an air ball. And the Knights cannot save it. It was 61-60, I think, at one point. An 8-0 run by the Knights, and since then, it's been a 21-6 run by the Lions.
You are correct. It was a 1-point game. Just the beginning of the 4th quarter.
Big 4th quarter, to say the least, for Penn State Harrisburg. They really ran on a dry spell at the late 3rd quarter into this 4th quarter. I think you mentioned it earlier, Jimmy, that for the first few minutes of this 4th quarter, they had not scored, and then suddenly, in the last 5 minutes, they've just erupted.
That was Meredith Willett's 4th personal foul at the line, shooting for the Lions. Precious Shirk, 5'4" senior from Hyattsville, Maryland. And
she makes the foul shot, and now the Lions are starting to pull away because they're not missing their foul shots. That one goes. 18-point ball game. I don't think the final score, if it stays like this, Jimmy, is going to be anywhere indicative of how close this game was.
Well, Penn State Harrisburg, in a game of streaks, they're finishing with a good streak right now. Let's say that.
All right, by my count, it's a 23-6 run for Harrisburg, going from 1 up to 18 on top. 1:18 to go. And Larissa Knight off to Willett, who's got a couple of big threes. Alexis Barnes will try a 3, and she hits.
Nice shot there by Alexis Barnes, 5'9" sophomore from Oceanside, California.
And I believe on the game so far, Alexis now has 3 3-pointers. Lions are trying to work the clock a little bit. This is Shirk. Threw it away. Alexis Scott into the game. Almost got the steal, but loses it out of bounds. And now Katie here, senior, will check in for the Knights with 49 seconds left on the clock. Meredith Willett will check out. Inbounds pass, Humphrey. They want to run a little more clock, it looks like.
We're going to give a shout out to Katie Hare because she kind of began the season as a manager, and she's been
another 3 by Carmo.
Practicing with the team there, as we see Carmo now at 24 points in the game.
And at least 3 of her threes have come way from beyond the arc at the top of the key, Jimmy, and she seems to like that spot. Knight inbounding to Barnes. Alexis Scott will fire an outside jumper. And Harrisburg is going to call a timeout with 17 seconds to go, it looks like. So if this score holds, and right now it's an 18-point ball game here, Jimmy, Harrisburg would improve to 3-11 of the conference and 5-16 overall. The Knights will drop to 0-14 of the conference and 3-18 overall in the season. And you look back at this game, Knights had a 13-point lead in the first half, trailed by 2 at halftime, fell behind by 9, 61-52, whittled that lead down to 61-60, and since then, as we talked about, it's been a game of runs, but since it was 61-60, it has really been all Harrisburg. They've had some big foul shots in this fourth quarter, and they've also hit some big three-pointers.
Yes, indeed. And just impressed with Caitlin Carmel, who early in the game was kind of quiet. Tessa Dulce didn't even play in the first half. And second half was just a different ball game. I mean, we can see, I think Caitlin Carmel has a good chance to earn some first or second team accolades at all-conference team.
I think you're right. And Mattis has also had a big second half as Barnes fouls Carmo with 14 seconds to go. Foul shots coming up for Carmo. She kind of started slow today until she hit her first three-pointer, and then since then she's really taken off on offense. Another foul shot made by the Lions.
She's shooting 80% for the game from the free throw line.
Point lead.
26 points unofficially for Caitlin Carmel.
Pass up court to Alexis Scott. Jumper from the baseline. No good. Carmo grabs the rebound, and that should probably do it. 5 seconds and counting. And so the Knights end up losing by an 89-69 count here, Jimmy. And again, I don't think the final score is going to be indicative of just how close this game was really throughout the game until the fourth quarter.
Indeed, the 61-60 right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Both teams had streaks throughout the game. It'd be a 9-0 run here, a 13-0 run there. Biggest lead, like you said earlier, biggest lead for Southern Virginia was they're up by 13 points. And then to finish the way they did, both teams had players foul out, but it came down to turnovers. I think when we get the official stats, Southern Virginia made more in that fourth quarter. It was really, that's what it came down to at the end there. And let's give credit to Caitlin Carmel and her teammates. They had 3 or 4 players, at least 3 were in double figures. They just came on strong in the end. Tessa Dulce didn't even play in the first half. She shows up and makes some key rebounds. So something to learn from. Good effort. Got to play more than just half or 3/4 of a game. Something to build on. And let's give credit to Penn State Harrisburg.
Knights had some big plays too. Meredith Willett hit some big threes. Alexis Barnes, another good game for her. And boy, Shelby Windsor, just a fantastic game from Shelby, racking up the points and the rebounds.
Yeah, unofficially I got her for 20 points. She did have 5 turnovers, but she had 2 steals, 9 rebounds, almost hit a double-double. 6 of those were defensive rebounds, 3 in the offense. 8 of 14 from free throw line, and 6 of 11 field goal shooting. So we're just waiting for those final stats.
Yep.
But the 3-point shooting also for the Knights. 3-point shooting, Alexis Barnes just 3 of 6. I know Meredith Willett had a key one there. Also for the Knights, besides Shelby, was Meredith Willett, like I said, with 16 points. Alexis Barnes had 13 points. But again, Caitlin Carmel led all scorers with 26 for Penn State Harrisburg. Next in line for the Lions was Shanique Mattis, unofficial with 18, and Errol Payne had 14 points. I think we're all a little surprised. The final score, 89-69.
But, Carmo, you talked about her, maybe the player of the game, I suppose. We'd have to go back and look at the stat sheet, but I'm not sure she scored in the first quarter. But when she hit that first 3-pointer, it just seemed to really enliven her game a little bit from the offensive standpoint.
And the streaks, the runs, who got hot. At the end of the game, Penn State Harrisburg, I got 28-8 to finish out the game. And that's that's the story right there. It was even up at that point. They win by 20 points.
Yeah, remember, this game was a 61-60 game at one point.
Yep, and I think that was they just finished stronger at the end. So got to keep working.
Yep.
Got to keep plugging away, keep on keeping on. So we do have some official stats, which I just kind of read to you. But, 26, 18 for Shanique. So Caitlin Carmel had 20. Shelby had 20. Meredith 16. Alexis Barnes. Some of the stats that stand out overall. Points in the paint, inside game. SVU usually has a good presence inside, especially with Shelby Windsor, but they were outscored 30-16.
They had 42 turnovers for the Knights. I believe 31 turnovers for Penn State Harrisburg. So, as we talked about, it was going to go past the 70 mark as far as combined turnovers for both teams. 73 total turnovers for those two teams.
Yep, lot of personal fouls, too. 35 personal fouls on the Knights, 24 for the Lions. Second chance points, Penn State had 14, Southern Virginia had 11. Points off turnovers. That's a key stat because we had so many turnovers. They converted those into points by a total of 38. 38 points off turnovers to Southern Virginia only at 21. So fast break points, Penn State 10-2. So lead did change 7 times. And like we talked about, 61-60 at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They were right there, that close. And that stamina, that endurance. Carmel's a good senior leader. They've got some good athletes, and so do we. So I think this is something they can learn to grow from and improve for next time they play.
So the Knights will go on the road trying to get that first conference win on Wednesday at Frostburg. Good luck once again to the Knights on the road Wednesday at Frostburg State. Final score again here from the Knight Sports Arena in the women's contest. It was Southern Virginia falling to Penn State Harrisburg 89-69.